We're here at 6:30. Some of us are here a little bit earlier. And we start chopping up food and weighing out meat. And the produce that we do goes in buckets. Almost everything we have goes in buckets.
Apples, oranges, cantaloupe, green onions, sweet potatoes, everything. It's either weighed or some of the stuff is weighed and some of it is just counted. But some things get cut in quarters, some things in half, some things get cut real tiny.
We go through about 2 boxes of meat every day. Each box contains 8 rows of 5 pounds of meat. What we do is, one, we're storing it and make sure it's ready to use when we need it. But at the same time, we're inspecting it just to make sure it's a good quality.
We'll fix their food, prep it by the group of animals. So like chimps and gorillas, we prep for the groups of chimps and the groups of gorillas. Some of the smaller animals we prep just for, especially if we only have a single animal of that species, we prep individual diets. So it can be a lot. It can certainly take up our day.
We probably do 12,000 pounds of produce a month, so it's a lot.
We go through so much food. And if it's not up to your standards, if you would need it, our animals would need it. So everything we get in is fresh. If there's something that comes in bad, we send it back and they send us something better. And we go through, well, our produce bill is about $1,000 each time we get produce in, and we get it twice a week. So it's about $2,000 a week just on produce.
We have to keep track of likes and dislikes and who's not eating this and who's not eating that. And we have to work with keepers to try to find something that the animal will eat, whether it's for their medication or just for their regular diet. Sometimes we have to make changes. I mean, we have to be creative with what we feed them and offer them as well. For example, bears, they can give them their produce whole. They can chop it up tiny and scatter it everywhere in the exhibit. They could put it in feeders. So they like to have that freedom, so we give them all of their produce whole. Some of the other areas like the program Animal Building, they like to have all their stuff chopped, ready, prepped, completely ready to go. So it kind of varies, and we have to be able to work with a variety of different people and departments and their wishes and wants, and also kind of balance it with what's going to be best for us in here and most efficient. We're still getting in mice and rats and rabbits and deer carcasses and meat and bones, and then you've got the produce, and then you've got the grain, and you've got the bamboo, and you've got the browse for elephants. You've got the hay. The 500 hay bales a month we go through. That's a lot too. So there's a lot all the way around. There's a lot. We are a part of the animal care staff here, and what that means is that we have a part in every single one of these animal areas. We have a part in providing them with food so that they can do their job, take care of the animals, and keep everything running. It's really just a cycle, and we're just one of the cogs that run it.
Stuff that they used to love and now they don't like it. With the chimps and gorilla diets, we change it every 2 weeks, so they're not always getting the same stuff, so they don't get tired of it.
You get a little bit of everything, because if you're like me and you want to work with animals but you're not sure exactly what you want to do, this is a good place to come, because you're going to get a little bit of everything.
The hardest thing to me is the elephant shrew, and it's real tiny, chopping up, and it's just a small amount.
Einstein's favorite thing is broccoli. That I know for a fact, because one time I forgot the broccoli in the bird show bag, and they said Einstein was very upset. That's Einstein's favorite, so that I do know. Giraffes, they're kind of picky, and really the only produce they get, well, they get bananas, they get apples, oranges, carrots, and then they get the greens like at the giraffe feeding. But when they don't have the giraffe feeding, they still get those greens over there. Well, I like things that are like different, like the beavers. One of the main staples on the beaver's diet is moose food. And why do we give them moose food? Because the main ingredient is aspen. They eat trees, they're beavers. To me, it's like, they're like my kids. And you gotta make sure your kids are eating right, and they're eating the good stuff. You know, they can have a little bit of the sweet stuff, but they gotta eat all the good, they gotta eat their vegetables. And I just want them all to be healthy, because I love every animal we have here. And it's my dream job.
we prep more food in here on a daily basis than most people fix on Thanksgiving. And so what's normal to us, we have the tools and the space to do it here. And so it's easier. And most people, when they fix their Thanksgiving dinner, they only do it once a year. And it seems like a huge deal because you've got a little kitchen and you're, a lot of food. But we do that and more every day in here, for sure.
Will you go home and fix Thanksgiving this year?
No, because I'm not very good with a turkey.
It's like Thanksgiving every day in here.